Well, here we are. Two-wheel dyno works. I guess I made it safely. She's a bit wet, but hopefully it doesn't hurt her. See what happens. So I'm just here editing my video, the first dyno run. Didn't go as perfectly as we planned, but I guess I didn't have high hopes. I knew it was going to take a little bit of work. Unfortunately, I would be showing you the bike, but she's not here. She's actually in a different place. We figured it was best to leave her there. We're going to work on her in a couple days. Um, we had some problems. First problem was I went with the RCC upgraded fuel rail and 650cc injectors, and every time he would hit 60% throttle, secondary injectors would kick in and flood the motor, flood the plugs, and basically shut off the motor. So he had to cut out, I want to say 50% of the fuel that came out of the secondary injectors and put them into the primaries just so it didn't do that. Um, secondly, we ended up switching springs, going to 15, actually 14.5 psi springs. Then the problem was the wastegate wasn't opening. I had to change some vacuum lines, things like that. It just ran late, and we didn't want to rush it. So going back in a couple days, we're going to see how much further we can get. It looks promising, other than it is interesting that switching to 9-to-1 compression and a 30 thousandths gasket, actually it might be an 18 thousandths gasket, reduced my horsepower at a little bit more PSI by 78 less horsepower. So definitely time to crank up some boost. It definitely looks promising. I don't see why we aren't going to be able to get into that 400 horsepower area. And I guess stay tuned. Later on this week, we should have something else up.